Okay, folks, let's look at 17 and 18 together. So again, if I look at the denominator in 17, I can factor out that GCF of x. There's nothing to factor out of these two, so I want to find my LCDs. Here it's just going to be x and x minus 5. All right, my LCDs here are going to be a plus 3, a plus 2. So just like with all other examples that we've done so far, I'm going to multiply my LCD to every term in this equation, right? This LCD to every term in this equation. Things are going to cancel out, and then we're going to solve whatever equations left. We'll either have a linear equation or a quadratic equation. We just have to wait and see. So I'm going to go ahead and take the x minus 5 to 1 over, and instead of writing x squared minus 5x, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write x minus 5. And that's going to be equal to x minus 5 times x plus 7 over x, and then minus x minus 5 times 1. All right, this all cancels. The x cancels here. Nothing's going to cancel there. And for the sake of saving space, I'm just going to talk about my next steps without... I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to write it. So what I mean by that is I'm going to have a 1 on this side because everything canceled. But here, the x's cancel. You can see I have x minus 5 times this binomial of x plus 7. I'm going to FOIL this. So this is going to be, first is x squared. Outer is going to be 7x, positive 7x. Inner is going to be minus 5x. Positive 7 minus 5 is positive 2x. And then last is negative 5 times positive 7, which is negative 35. Here I want to be careful. I want to distribute the x to the x minus 5, but I also have this negative. So a negative x times x is minus x squared. And negative x times positive 5 is positive 5x. All right, and I know it's multiplied by 1, but anything times 1 is itself. And you can see on the right side of the equation, I have a positive x squared and negative x squared. They're going to cancel. I have a 2x and a 5x. That's going to leave me with 7x. So let's go ahead and clean this up a little. So I've got 1 equaling 7x, and I've got this constant of minus 35. I'm going to add 35 to both sides of that equation, and then I'm going to divide by 7, right? I have a linear equation that got left over in this case. Initially, I thought it might be quadratic, but the quadratic terms happen to cancel. So I'm going to add 35, right? And then I'm just going to move this up here. So I'm ultimately going to have 7x is 36. Divide both sides by 7, and x is going to be 36/7, which is a fine answer because the only two numbers I need to avoid are 0 and 5 for domain reasons. Okay, let's try this with 17 and 18. Let's multiply this LCD of a plus 3, a plus 2 to my first fraction of a minus 2 over a plus 3, minus, we've got a plus 2, let me go in order, a plus 3, a plus 2, doesn't really matter the order, but I'll just stay consistent, times 1, and that's going to be equal to a plus 3, a plus 2 times 3 over a plus 2. All right, so the a plus 3's cancel, nothing cancels here, a plus 2's cancel. I want to make sure we're pointing out, be very careful with this, all right? Make sure to do the FOILing first and then distribute the negative, all right? So I'm going to do PEMDAS. I'm going to do the multiplication first, then I'll send in the negative, right? Or really, I mean, all of it's PEMDAS because we're doing the multiplication first, but I'm going to FOIL and then multiply everything by -1. Now here, I have a plus 2, a minus 2. Those are conjugates, right? So ultimately, outer and inner will cancel when I FOIL. So I'm going to have a squared. Outer is minus 2a. Inner is plus 2a. Those cancel. In conjugates, your outer and inner always cancel. Last is positive 2 times negative 2. So I've got a squared minus 4, right? Difference of squares factors into a minus b, a plus b. All right, I'm going to leave this negative here. When I FOIL this, we've got a squared. Outer is 2a, inner is 3a, 2a and 3a is 5a. Positive 3 times positive 2 is positive 6. I will distribute that negative in the next step. I have a 3 getting distributed to the a and to the 3, so that's ultimately going to be equal to 3a plus 9. Okay, so let's take a look. I've got a squared minus 4. I'm going to distribute that negative to every term in that trinomial and see what we have left. Okay, so it looks like on the left side I've got a squared minus a squared. Those are going to cancel. I've got negative 4 minus 6. That'll combine to negative 10. There's no other like term here. So on my left side, I have negative 5a minus 10. On the right side, it looks like I have 3a plus 9. So I'm going to add the 5a to this side and subtract the 9. Let's see what we get. Cancels. This is negative 19. 3a plus 5a is 8a. And then the 9's cancel. And you can probably start to see the last thing I need to do, and I'm going to run out of room, is I would divide both sides by 8. So a is going to equal, and if I just kind of squish this in here, right? A is going to equal, if I cancel this, negative 19 over 8, which is a completely fine answer as it doesn't make any of my denominators 0. All right, thanks so much. Bye.